For a time it seemed we would know peace. But it was not to be. For Diablo's essence lingers in the black soul stone. I cannot destroy the stone, nor allow its evil to remain within the heavens. And so it must be hidden, even from the angels. I pray that it will be enough. You have done well, Horadrim. Your service here is finished. And you should all run. Malfail. Brother, why? The Nephilim will stop you.
No one can stop death.
The rumors are everywhere. Angels stalk the city of Westmarch, killing everyone, strong and weak, noble and commoner alike. I do not know what these angels want, and I do not care. These Reapers think that no one can stand against them. I will show them the error of their beliefs, and remind them that they should fear me.
I waited 1500 years for this. Should I return to my slumber?
Hello and welcome back to Diablo 3 for the Reaper of Souls.
The Nephilim.
Reaped some souls. Nice.
Tyrael sent me to find you. Malthael has taken the Black Soul Stone. You must come with me.
I think not. People are dying down there. They need my help.
But you and Tyrael need to form a plan. We must find Malthael.
Tell Tyrael I will meet him in Westmarch. Go!
It will be done. I swear it.
I got slowed again.
We're going to die! She's coming to kill us all!
No! The gates!
Those gates are bound by a spell I cannot break.
This carnage must end. I have to find a way into the city.
Sewers again.
Stop! Don't go out into the streets. It's the end of the world. So many have been killed and the Reapers are everywhere.
But are there any survivors?
General Torian was defending a group of refugees at the old Zakarum Cathedral, but they're likely all dead by now.
Wait! You're the wizard who saved Bastion's Keep. You'll save us too, won't you?
Of course. It's what I do. Keep moving. I think we lost her. No, no!
Those with demon blood must die.
Demon blood? They were just innocent people.
Your valor inspires me.
I'm just warming up.
Defend the church! Repel these vile Reapers!
Revel in your victory, my friend.
Ah, we found you.
Tyrael, why is Malthael so intent on destroying this city?
Because he feeds on death. Every time his Reapers kill, he grows stronger. And with the prime evil gone, Malthael believes this is the perfect time to end the eternal conflict.
Humanity has nothing to do with that war.
Though we are descended from angels as well as demons, Malthael is so short-sighted, he can only see our demonic heritage.
The church! All the refugees are inside! Follow me! Akarat's bane! This is worse than I feared.
What are these things?
A Death Maiden! Stop her!
Nebula, your soul will be mine.
everything in our power to slow the Nephilim down, so that the collection of souls is not interrupted. It is the key to Malthael's victory.
Just tell me where to find Malthael, and I'll put an end to this carnage.
I know only that he is not in Westmarch. He could have taken the Black Soul Stone anywhere in creation.
But why does he want the stone? Is there any way to find out?
There may be. A sliver broke off when Malthael took the Soul Stone. Perhaps by studying that sliver, I can learn his plans.
You'd best get started on figuring it out. If you need me, I'll be saving the city. General Torian, that Death Maiden in the cathedral was using an arcane magic unfamiliar to me. Do you know what she was doing?
She was creating an orb that turns the living into Malthael's death creatures. A single orb can transform hundreds of innocent people every hour, and my men report 2 more of them out in the city.
Soul Crucibles. With 2 of them, Malthael has an endless supply of soldiers.
Not for long. He will soon find himself without his unending army, once I destroy these crucibles.
Alright, and despite that rapid start of things, we're going to take a different turn here, and it's going to dismiss.
Many blessings.
Dismiss you, and we're going to do all the chat things.
The Soul Crucibles turn the dead into Reapers?
Sadly, yes.
Including the Death Maidens?
Their story is as tragic as Malthael's. Once the vanguard of his wisdom angels, they followed him down the path to darkness. Malthael, my brother, he was wisdom, leader of our council, first among angels. And now, he has become this.
What could have changed him so?
After the destruction of the World Stone, Malthael's mood darkened, and he left the heavens frequently. Then he disappeared completely. He must have developed a connection, no, an obsession with human souls.
Frankly, I don't really care. Death is meant to free our souls, not devour them. How can studying the sliver of the Black Soul Stone reveal Malthael's plans to you?
The sliver is still connected to the Soul Stone. As the stone changes, the sliver will change too. Therefore, I can observe what Malthael is doing to the stone, and if we're lucky, even discover his plan.
What brings the Haradrim back now?
Tyrael rebuilt the Order to help him take the Soul Stone from heaven, and to protect mankind. After all, you can't be everywhere at once, no matter how powerful you are.
Well, perhaps someday I will solve that problem.
Yeah, we're not doing all of these. I'm mainly doing the companion ones down here.
How does one become a Templar anyway? Were you born to the Order?
No. Our scripture says, as a farmer reaps his wheat, so must the Order harvest and purify the weeds.
That seems a little unfair. You are not a weed.
You speak out of kindness, but you do not understand. When they took me, they saved my life and my immortal soul.
You told me that your Order saved your soul by recruiting you. What are these sins that haunt you?
I cannot tell you.
No good comes from ignoring your past. You should seek knowledge, not hide from it.
You misunderstand me. We are literally unable to recall our pasts. The Inquisitors stripped my sins and the memory of them from me, leaving me pure.
Ever since Adria betrayed us, I've been thinking about how Magda used to share the leadership of the Coven with another.
What do you mean?
20 years ago, just before the darkening of Tristram, they had some sort of falling out, and the other leader disappeared. I think that other leader might have been Adria.
It does make sense. Adria left to find Diablo and Tristram, while Magda stayed true to the Coven. Tell me more about your order. Why did they make you forget your past?
Our initiation blinds us to our sinful pasts, so that we might clearly see the future and prepare for the final battle.
I have read of a number of ways to make someone lose their memory. How does your order do it?
I was chained to a wall and beaten. By the third day, I was mad from pain and hunger. And that is when the whipping began. I was told I relived all of my transgressions, everything that brought me tainted joy. The whip took away that joy, then the sin, leaving me pure.
I'm sorry, but they treated you like an animal. Worse than an animal.
Don't you understand? The Templar Order is trying to protect humanity from extinction. What is my pain against that goal?
In the Ishari Sanctum, certain books were considered forbidden. No one was permitted to lay eyes on them.
That is wise. Knowledge can indeed corrupt.
No, you're wrong. One of those books held the prophecy that brought me here. Your order binds you in rules and calls you a sinner. What if you were to recover your memories and find no sin in your past at all?
I cannot lie. That has occurred to me. But if it were true, it would ruin everything I fight for. Everything. I have considered what we discussed, and you are correct. I know little about my past, beyond what my order has told me. But what does it matter? Look what they have done for me. They've turned me into a living weapon, a light against darkness.
Yes, you blaze so brightly that you willingly blind yourself. You said before that you have doubts.
I wouldn't know how to begin. How do I seek memories that have been taken from me?
I find that meditating on a problem can help focus your mind.
You may be right. I will find a way to take back my memories and exonerate my order. I have thought of a way to retrieve my lost memories, but it is dangerous. I must ask you to promise me something. Should I lapse into my old sins, whatever they may be, you must kill me, as I killed Jondar.
I choose redemption, but regardless, what is your idea?
I found a journal on Jondar's corpse, written in an ancient Templar cipher. I can translate it, but it will take some time. Perhaps studying his treachery will give me a clue into my past.
Well, that sounds ideal. What troubles you?
Jondar was once a man of faith, devoted to the Templar Order. What if he discovered something that made him betray himself? Matters not, for I must do this anyway. I have translated a strange passage from Jondar's journal. Long before he began serving Magda, he found a set of what he called key words hidden in a dusty librum. He writes that when he read these words, memories from his past returned to torment him. It was at that point that he began to mistrust the Order, though he did not say why. I am prepared to look upon these words and risk my soul. But I want you to understand something. I know I may die at any time. When I do, it must be without a single doubt that I am serving the light.
There is no evil in seeking knowledge. It is what you do with it that matters.
Thank you, my friend. But please, remember your promise. I am prepared to read these key words. I will turn the page. How odd. They are simple words. Words that I have never seen together before. Oh, I can see everything. Water on a leaf. A burning hut. Light in my mother's eyes. Oh, make it stop! It's slowing now. I can... Oh. Oh, no! No! I was a young man. A promising soldier of Westmarch. The Order recruited me. They lied to me. Piled false sins upon me.
Why do you think they did this?
I do not know. But I am sure this is why Jondar turned from the Order. He was a fool. The Grand Maester cannot possibly know what his Inquisitors have done. When I return with the tomes, he will punish them for their sins. Please, I must think on this. While examining Jondar's journal further, I found a torn page hidden within the binding. I believe that it is from one of the tomes I seek. He has written notes in the border as well. Perhaps by studying them, I will learn where the tome is.
I would have thought that would make you happy.
It seems strange that Jondar would keep a page hidden. It is though it is the proof of a crime. I've already found holes in my Order's honor. What if there are more?
What have your studies divulged? Have you found the location of your tomes?
No. I have learned something much more troubling. Judging by the borders, this is indeed a page from the tomes, but it does not contain prophecies. It seems to be a set of instructions for the creation of magical weapons. But that is not the strangest part. I have seen the rune here before. On the braces of Tyrael's armor.
I don't recognize it. Let's go ask him.
Tyrael, examine this page. Tell me what you see.
These are plans for angelic weapons that will fit human hands. Where did you find this?
This is a page torn from the sacred tomes of my blessed Order. The light only knows what the others contain.
I see. It implies that my brethren seek to destroy this world, and that your Order was created to stop them.
Is it true?
It was, once. Not anymore.
I am sorry, my friend. What will you do now?
There is much difference between what I want and what I must do. Together, you and I will finish our work here. I owe you that. But I tell you this. My faith is stronger than this betrayal. When we are done, I will return home and plunge my spear into the ground before the vault of the Order. I will meet their champions until they answer for their sins and their lies. I will have justice. I keep thinking of the traitor, Jondar. He had turned to evil, I have no doubt. But I wonder, would he have fallen as easily if the Order had not betrayed him? I knew he was troubled, but I said nothing. I saw his doubts, his weakness, and when he submitted to Magda, I thought my suspicions were confirmed. Perhaps I could have saved him before it was too late.
I'd like to believe that everyone can be redeemed, but I think you made the right choice.
I thank you. He was a good friend for a long time. He told stories that made me laugh. If you can believe that.
I can't believe it.
What's bothering you, Cormac? You're not your usual joyful self today.
We must speak. I have discovered that my Order tortures its initiates and twists their minds. I need to know how high this evil reaches. If my whole Order is corrupt, what does it mean to be a Templar? What am I?
A great man who lived his life adhering to a code he believed to be true.
But it wasn't, was it? The guilty will answer for their transgressions. I swear it.
Where are you from?
Kingsport, the city by the sea, home to the great merchant fleets and endless nets of reeking fish.
And your trade?
I am between jobs at the moment.
You've never done an honest day's work in your life, have you?
Nonsense. I am the most honest thief you will ever meet. Wanted, 1 relic, Scarlet, roughly the size of a man's fist. It was stolen 2 months past during a deplorable theft from the Merchants Guild Bank. Those apprehended were not in possession of the item. The relic is greatly missed by its rightful owner, who offers a reward for its safe return.
You shouldn't waste time chasing women.
Waste? Time is scarcely better spent.
But you do not keep any of them.
I've only found one worth keeping, but she slipped away from me.
Still, you shouldn't bother every woman who crosses your path.
Well, no. Sometimes they should bother me.
How did you learn to fight?
My brother taught me when we were younger. He thought the crossbow was the best weapon for me since it would give me time to run away if I botched things too badly.
Where is he now?
Oh, he's still in Kingsport. I expect he'll be there a good long time.
How did you become a thief?
Well, that's a long and terrible story that you wouldn't want to hear.
You found something you liked and couldn't afford?
Basically.
Maybe you should be more reasonable in the future.
Oh, there was nothing reasonable about her. Do you ever doubt your choices?
Often, but I make them anyway.
Things never seem to turn out like I hope they will.
You must be bold and move forward.
Try living in the slums before you lecture me.
I have, when I was a child. Perhaps you're right. Do you have any other family, Lyndon?
My brother and I were orphans. We only had each other.
Is he a thief as well, then?
No. He was a member of the city guard.
That seems odd.
Not as much as you might think. Until the end, that is.
Why didn't you become a guard like your brother?
We're not much alike, really. He was always dependable and practical. A complete bore, I'd say.
And you were drawn to trouble?
Hardly. I was just amusing myself with the Thieves' Guild. It was nothing serious.
Until you were a wanted man.
That may have been serious.
What happened to your brother?
Nothing you'd want to hear.
Please, just tell me.
And then what? I suppose you'll make it all right. You'll fix it up just like another one of your little errands. Some things aren't that easy.
I will wait until you are ready.
God, and you're so noble about it too. Spare me.
You speak of all these women. Surely there was one who you truly loved.
Ah, yes. The unreasonable one I spoke of earlier. I loved her with every inch of my heart, before it went black as coal.
What happened to her?
Well, she did what all unreasonable women do. Married the wrong man.
Why didn't you stop him?
It wouldn't have been easy. He was my brother.
It is time that you tell me the truth about your brother. I see that it weighs on you.
We used to be a team. I'd tip him off to some of the Thieves' Guild's hits. He'd bring in the guards and play it off like it was a lucky catch. But one time he showed up too early.
The time when you robbed the Merchants Guild bank?
None other. Some of the guards became suspicious. They thought he was involved. And he's been rotting in a cell in Kingsport ever since. I managed to escape.
You must feel awful.
I don't know what I feel anymore.
Where do you spend the treasure you find? Or steal? You never dress better.
Living a life of depravity and overindulgence, naturally.
In this climate, I sincerely doubt that.
Fine. Perhaps I've found that my treasure is put to better use elsewhere.
Better use than yourself? You surprise me, Lyndon.
We all have debts to pay, friend.
Does your brother know about your feelings for his wife?
No, she didn't take the time to tell him before waltzing off to the altar. Now their children would starve if not for the gold I send their way.
And yet you are ultimately responsible.
He will be free again in time. Paying off the Merchants Guild of Kingsport is no small task. And aren't you supposed to be on my side here?
You must miss your family during times like these.
No point in it. I'll never see them again.
Don't say that. They still live.
My brother's wife thinks I was involved with his imprisonment, and he believes her.
What?
As low as I am, I would never frame him, not even to win her back. But they won't hear a word of it. For all the gold I send to them, I receive nothing in response.
I've got a little surprise for you, Lyndon.
Is that so?
It's gold, and a lot of it. I'll go with you to Kingsport after things have settled down and help you repay the Merchants Guild and free your brother.
You're joking, right? You look like you're joking.
Even I know this isn't a joking matter. I'm happy to help you.
I'm speechless.
Well, I'm not holding my breath.
Well, the world's under attack and people are dying everywhere. It must be time for us to go on another adventure, right?
How long did it take you to get here?
Well, it was not very easy to find you. I had to search for days. When I woke up alone, I did not know what had happened. I wrote about it a little. You may read more if you wish. I felt no fear when they sealed the tomb before me, only a sense of peace as my mind drifted away into the darkness. It seems I opened my eyes only seconds later and beheld the chamber in ruins, half buried in sand. I have left everything behind. Only hope guides me now.
So what was this place like during your time?
Beautiful cities towered up toward the heavens, but they were full of wickedness. The Vigerai ruled them with wills sharp as stone.
The Vigerai mage clans, you mean? I suppose they are pretty ancient.
They were a great deal more vicious in my age. It pleases me to see that their influence has waned now.
Was the Prophet one of them?
Oh no, he meant to punish the Vigerai. They were the first to summon demons into this land.
Is everything as the Prophet told you, or have there been surprises?
Well, I did not expect you to keep company with a seraph.
Tyrael? But he's not really an angel anymore.
I knew what he was the instant I beheld him, but being in his presence makes me quite nervous.
He is only trying to help.
We do not deserve it. Tyrael sacrificed all he knew to aid us. I hope it is worthwhile.
You're kind of odd sometimes.
It is merely the consequence of seeing that which is not readily visible. I have accepted it.
I didn't mean to offend you. We mages are all a little unusual, you know.
Then you have my thanks. Although, perhaps you are right. I feel as though part of me still sleeps in a faraway realm.
Maybe you just need time.
That would be nice. But the feeling I have indicates that it is more unpleasant and complicated than that.
You said that your sisters were supposed to join you here. Where are they?
They should have awakened as well, but their mission has already ended.
How?
I sought out the closest two before I met you. They lay dead and mutilated in their chambers. The others are some distance away. I fear the worst.
Who could have killed them?
There were traces of demonic magic upon their wounds. But surely the Prophet could have protected them. Where has he gone? I have thought more on what I am missing.
Oh?
Our progress seems to clarify things for me. It is difficult to explain.
If we keep going, maybe you'll remember more.
Yes. The spell that sent me to this time was bound to the Prophet. Now he is missing, and some parts of me are missing as well. Lost to the ages.
Perhaps you can retrieve them with magic?
Yes, but it will take a while. My skill is not so great as the Prophet's was.
Do you remember anything else?
Yes, faintly. My sisters and I were once mere servants in the house of a great Vigerai lord.
Oh, so he taught you magic?
No. I began reading his spell books out of curiosity and teaching magic to my sisters. Tricks, really. It was amusing for a time, but then I learned that he had begun to summon demons.
What happened to the Mage Lord you mentioned?
My sisters and I waited until all of his associates had gathered to summon a greater demon. We slew them all to the last man, but they uttered curses upon us with their dying breaths. My sisters and I, we fell. Our deaths seemed certain. When I woke, the dark figure of the Prophet was staring down at me. That is how I met him. I remember standing before the Prophet, my life hung by a thread, but he healed me and my sisters.
The Prophet was a priest then?
No, not precisely. I do not know what his true nature was, only that he possessed great power. He said we had done well to slay the demons. He was very kind. When we had recovered, he offered to train us further.
You agreed?
Yes. I owe him my life. Slaying the Lords of Hell would please him. It is the least I can do. We were gravely mistaken, my friend. I could not see through an illusion of such power, such treachery.
There's no magic that could.
When I think of what she suffered through, we must find a way to stop Diablo. The Prophet would never forgive me if he knew my part in unleashing this terror upon the world. I found a strange document on one of the angels' bodies in the high heavens. It is very old, maybe centuries even older than I.
That does sound interesting. We know so little of the angels. What is it about?
I am not certain. The script is very old and foreign to me. When I saw the angel, he was dying. But even though he was in great pain, he reached out to me with the document in his hand, like he wanted me to take it. By the time I approached him, he was still. His spirit had already gone. I spoke with Ethereal, and he helped me translate the document. It was written by an angel who saw promise in humanity. He began to teach a group of young women who had killed the demons their masters summoned.
You mean they were you and your sisters?
None other. The Prophet I have followed for so many years. He was an angel.
That is why Tyrael seemed familiar to you.
Yes, but I do not know whether the Prophet was the dying angel I met or not. The writings say that he worked in absolute secrecy. Ethereal knew nothing of them.
Then you must find a new path through the world without him.
You are right. And I hope that path will still be with you, my friend.
Who's to blame for this?
It is good to see you again, though it seems like we are only brought together in the worst of circumstances. But I suppose if times were better, we would never have met. For a moment, I heard one of my sister's voices, but I could not make out the words.
Perhaps it is an echo of the magic the Prophet used to put you and your sisters to sleep.
My sisters are gone now, and I am the last memory of a world long since forgotten.
You do not know how your sisters died, or how the Prophet's magic failed.
Alright, well that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. There's a lot of stuff there, and also had to jump around between chapters for some of that. So I'm going to put that in order in editing. That's going to be fun. Oh, it's under the stuff in Act 3 that I need to put in somewhere. We also have the I don't have you yet, but yeah, I suppose I'll talk to her once we have her unlocked.
You ask who's to blame.
Shut up. Yes, there's mini quests for these three, and of course the followers. Yes, after that I'll see you next time. Now that is going to be a long bit. I don't know how much that's going to cut down. 41 minutes, lovely. that'll probably be up 38 minutes or something. Anyway, bye for now. I'll see you next time when we actually continue. Oh, we've got to start that again, but never mind. I'll see you next time for actually continuing with the campaign.